Feeling like you don't have time to keep your business moving forward? You probably need to delegate. In this episode, we go through some simple steps to make delegation easy, simple, and get it done now.
You need to identify the what, when, and then the who. We want to monitor and review on a regular basis. We want to consider our tools.
If you want to be a successful business owner and you want to get, and when I say successful, I'm defining it as you have a business that makes you money, but you don't have to be the one that does everything. If you want to get to that point, you have to learn to hand things out.
I see it turning up for our upscalers, and I've seen it even outside of this industry. It's a frustration. It's an itch. Why isn't this done? I thought they were looking after that. Why is it still coming across my desk? Or why isn't it representing what I need it to be? What is it that I'm trying to achieve?
So outcome.
Yep.
By handing this out, what am I trying to
Yep.
achieve? Or even if you want to go on a micro level, what does doing this thing actually achieve? And what do I want that to be? So when I do lead generation, cold outreach, and I call lots of potential clients, the outcome I'm trying to achieve is that I get more sales in. Simple outcome. When I'm doing my reconciliations or my bookkeeping, the outcome is I'm trying to have a clearer data point to understand where my business is at right now and maybe make future projections. So I think the first step is always identifying that outcome. And then the next component of that is, all right, now we've got to look at what steps are actually required to achieve that outcome. What do we need to do? There's no point just saying, I want you to do this, go get it done.
So I've sat and I've written down my objectives. I've written even down the things that, okay, when I did this, this is how I did it. This is how long it took me to do it. And this is what I used to get it done.
You may have even used a piece of software like Loom or Scribe to actually record you doing that process to hand over that information.
And now I want to start thinking, who can help me?
Who? Now, you pointed out when we were chatting about this that there was 3 things you might want to take into consideration when you're looking for the who.
Who around me has a skill that could fit and achieve this?
Yep.
Who has the experience?
Yeah.
Another question I suggested is around time and capacity.
So once we've got the outcome, the what, the when, a great example of this, and this is the when. When do you delegate? We own a bookkeeping agency, you and I. A bookkeeping company.
Bookkeeping firm.
We do. A little bit of a plug there. If you need bookkeeping services, you let us know. But this is one of those spaces we advise clients to hand off bookkeeping in their business at a certain point in business. Because, you can be sitting there for hours every single night reconciling and doing all those different things, which might not be the best utilization of your time to grow and scale your business. Lead generation. I was working with a couple of clients at the moment who are starting to go and hire business development managers or people that actually do their lead generation. And 2 years ago, the conversation was, no, you have to do this. You don't have the resources, the money, whatever it might be to hand that off. But now, as their businesses move to a different stage, they have the available funds and resources to delegate that out to someone else.
We want to see that for you guys because you've got to get off the tools.
Exactly. Delegate tool time. Delegate being a billable resource. At certain points in every business, you can't manage the team and all the other things going on and also still be sitting on the tools for 40 hours a week. And
Not
so
if
you
want to go from that one-man operator.
Exactly. And so you have to start to delegate that out and hire other people and hand that role and responsibility off to others.
And if delegation is about offloading something on a task onto another person, we want that. Our objective is that's successful. So we want to support them. We want to work with them in a way that they are comfortable and feel like they can achieve that. That's a good day for them, isn't it?
Yep. It's a good day for all.
It's a good day for everyone. It's win-win. That's what we want in the room, don't we?
Yep. Now, something that's also important is to identify the tools and resources that might be required to achieve the outcome. If I expect you to get certain jobs done, but I don't give you the tools that are required to actually complete that job, it's either going to take way longer than we thought, we're not going to get the same outcome, it's going to make you feel pretty shit doing it.
Counterproductive, isn't it? We want it to be achieved. We want this to go smoothly for everyone and us. So if we send somebody onto a site to build a house. We're not just going to give them a hammer.
So what does the check-ins look like? What's the milestones that we're trying to hit?
And that's going to be built on your purpose and your values. You know, in the finance industry, we might be looking at KPIs. On site, you might be looking at physical progress.
Yep.
You know, you're not going to order in all that material unless the job's coming in.
Yep.
You can make this up with your team member.
I think that's actually a really important point, is that when you are delegating something out, you want to work with the person you're delegating to, as opposed to just giving them, I guess, the process how you see it. It's important to understand that they may see it a different way, and you need to help and work with them to make sure that the outcome is still being met. Now, I want to talk about the cardinal sin when it comes to delegating micromanaging. Helicopter management. I know. One of the worst things that you can do when you do delegate out a task and you put your trust in someone else to complete something is to micromanage the process. And that person then starts to feel like why did you even delegate this out? Why did you hand this to me? If you're going to control every single component of this along the way, it means that you're telling me you don't have trust in me. And human beings don't perform well when they feel that someone doesn't trust them. You only go one or two ways. You either A, you start to try and work and overcompensate, and therefore that becomes draining. Or B, you're like, well, fuck it. They don't trust me now. I may as well prove them right.
Yeah, and business is about building confidence.
Yep.
So we're building the trust and confidence in ourselves and our own process when we're doing everything. And then when we start to delegate, we want that person to feel trusted and confident. Have you ever tried to do something when somebody's just looking at you, 100% full attention?
Yeah.
Show me how you do that, and you fumble or you trip over.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, damn, I can do this better if I just have a bit of space to think.
Yeah, like get off my back. Let me be.
Yeah, that might be how you communicate that.
That's how I communicate it. I'm like, can you fuck off?
That's another edit.
No, we don't edit. We don't.
So micromanaging.
Don't micromanage me, Kaz.
I'm just micromanaging this podcast to get Mitch back on track.
I'm on track. All right, so don't micromanage.
You need to identify the what, when, and then the who. We want to monitor and review on a regular basis. We want to consider our tools.